Jordan Zimmermann gets the call, needing to win his last two to reach the magic number of 20. Nets, Marlins, September 20th in D.C.
Washington Nationals baseball. Washington Nationals baseball.
Here we go again. Must win for the Nets. Reds are in Pittsburgh this weekend, and the Nationals will try to continue their domination of Miami. Wearing Navy Yard patches now on their uniforms, they will find their ways to a sleeve on the uniform as the weekend goes by. And FP and I would like to join that effort and pay tribute to the families who lost so much earlier this week. All right. Ball game to be played. Bryce Harper on this homestand, hitting over 460 in his last 7 games. Great to see him. Now he doesn't have to worry about getting that 20th homer. He got it last night.
Well, Bryce has been Mr. September, the last couple of years, and he basically won Rookie of the Year in 2012, where he hit .330 last September, 400 on base percentage, 7 home runs, 8 doubles, basically won Rookie of the Year last September, and he's picking up right where he left off this year. Been doing it with the glove, been doing it with the bat, loves the month. This year hitting .348 with a .436 on base percentage, 1 homer, 2 doubles, but there's 9 games left in the month. So being Mr. September will get you paid, but being Mr. October will get you remembered, and I'm sure Bryce Harper would love to have that opportunity once again.
So among players prior to the age of 21, he's up there in all the important offensive categories, and a lot of them have a lot to do with power, and there's a defensive one at the bottom as well. How cool would it be to have a 20-game winner 2 years in a row? Gio 21 last year. Jordan Zimmermann can still do it.
Yeah, and he can lead the league in wins just like Gio did. So back-to-back Nationals pitchers hopefully leading the National League in wins. But for Jordan Zimmermann, I mean, he just has to keep doing what he's been doing all season long. Been aggressive in the strike zone. Not really think about the enormity of the situation from a personal standpoint, because guys do that. I mean, if you win 20 games, you get paid.
3 in a row he's won, 11 of 14 at home, looking for number 19. Jordan Zimmermann straight ahead against the Fish. You by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, and by your local BMW Center. Well, one of the final looks of the season from the Masson Trawler over there on the Anacostia. We are sailing home. Only 3 home games left remaining tonight. It's gorgeous at the yard, 76 degrees. Train celebrating its 100th anniversary by offering irresistible financing. It's hard to stop a train, really hard. Marlins are last in the league in batting average, runs, and home runs. Some young guys like Ed Lucas trying to make their way. Adeiny Echeverria in the lineup tonight. And Lucas playing in his 88th ball game, hitting .256. And he's really warming it up after a very difficult month of August. We'll get FP set up on Jordan Zimmermann in a moment. He is ready to go. And a foul ball. We are underway right on time at 7:05.
31st start of the year for Jordan. Check out the record, 18-8. Needs to run the table to get to 20. Starts tonight with the Marlins. Last time out Sunday, got his league-leading 18th win, 11-2 against the Phillies. Gave up 2 runs on 7 hits, over 7. Struck out 7, walked 2 through 102 pitches. So fastball, slider, curveball change.
3-3 lifetime in 10 starts against Miami. That's a 2-hopper to Ian Desmond with some top spin on it. And he fires it to LaRoche for the out.
So the defense for the Nats behind Jordan tonight. Harper, Span, Worth outfield. Desmond, Zimmermann left side of the infield. Rendon, LaRoche the right side of the infield. And who else behind the plate? Wilson Ramos.
Right in front of Brian Onora, 17-year veteran. Fielding Colbreth, the crew chief at first. Adrian Johnson and then Bill Welke around the bases. Here's former Rookie of the Year, Chris Coghlan. Only his 66th game of the year, battling his way back from some injuries over the last 2 years. 3 hits, 2 RBIs career against Jordan Zimmermann in 12 at-bats. And he can catch up with 95 upstairs.
Yeah, don't blink tonight. He is on turbo speed with the tempo. Faster than normal.
And that is extremely late for a fastball at 94. 2 down.
It's time for your FC Intelligence Report. FC, the Association for Global Security Professionals, first place, aims to be the second national pitcher in as many years to lead the National League in wins. 30-30 with 30 in the bag. He's reached 30 starts for the second straight year at Homie. 16-3 with a 3-1-2 here at Nats Park in 28 starts. That's dating back to last June.
Giancarlo Stanton, and that's a great-looking breaking ball. So Zimmermann working ahead of everybody early. Stanton 3 for 14 career against Jordan. Fastball up and see ya in the second inning. Miami Marlins. Ground ball, couple of swinging strikeouts. Zimmermann off to a rifling start. Nats starting lineup brought to you by Mazda. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. Ryan Zimmerman continues to pound Miami pitching over the years. 12 of his last 22 hits have been for extra bases. He's 3 for 9 against tonight's starter with a couple of home runs. And the Nats offense in high gear. And now Denard Span can relax and start a new hitting streak. Jacob Turner is struggling. 0-8 on the road this year. 0-2 career with a 7.20 ERA against the Nats.
Who faced him on September 8th at Miami. He went 4 innings, gave up 9 hits and 5 runs. Struck out 3, walked 3, threw 84 pitches in those 4 innings. He's highlighted by the Wilson Ramos home run off the back wall at Marlins Park and the Ryan Zimmerman home run off the Clevelander.
Turner with Brantley and Brian Flynn from Detroit in the Anibal Sanchez Omar Infante deal. So as Zimmerman waits, Denard Span hitting .281. He said he had the time of his life during the hitting streak, enjoyed every moment of it, and it was made even more special because his ball club was winning most of the time. Hard hit out to Echeverria, the shortstop, for the first out tonight.
So the defense for the Fishes behind Turner. Coghlan, Ruggiano, Stanton, your outfield. Echeverria, Lucas, left side. Solano, Morrison, right side. And Jeff Mathis doing the catching.
Next up, Ryan Zimmerman against Turner, who's making his 4th career start against the Nats. So Ryan against him, 3 for 9, but 2 of those home runs with 3 batted in. Turner's given up 11 home runs in 113 innings.
And he's a guy that's got to stay down with that 2-seam fastball. He has a 4-seamer to go with it. Slider, curveball change. And last time the Nats did their damage against Turner is once they got him in the stretch. If he's in the windup, he was doing a nice job of getting on top and keeping the ball down. But as soon as they got him out of the stretch, he elevated, and that's when the damage was done.
Dangerous count. It was early in the game, in Florida, when Ryan homered on Sunday, September 8th. Second at bat, leading off the third.
Excuse me, Carp. 0-1 slider. Right down the middle and heads up in the Clevelander.
Zimmerman up the middle. Over to his left. Echeverria, smooth young shortstop who gets rid of the ball as well as anybody we've seen at that position. 2 outs.
And Jason Worth, last time he faced Turner, singled his first time up, doubled his second time up. So a guy who saw the ball well off Jacob last time around.
Worth said after the game last night he was marveling at Span's streak. And he said, you know, I've had a double-digit streak. I think it was 10, but never got beyond that. And he said for a guy to go almost 3 times beyond that is truly impressive. And all the Nats in the clubhouse last night, when Denard Span came in, gave him a great greeting after the game. That ball into right center. That's Donovan Solano. And so Turner comes out and gets a quick 1-2-3 of his own, just like Zimmerman did.
And it lasted about 13 seconds. Third pitch of the game, Solano ground ball to Ian Desmond for out number 1. Then he went 3-pitch see-ya to Chris Coghlan. Got him on the fastball. Then a 3-pitch see-ya to Giancarlo Stanton. So a 9-pitch first. And a very quick inning for Jordan Zimmerman.
Yeah, he's got to work on that control. He missed with one of those pitches in the inning. Second inning presented by Luna. Call for the Luna Double tonight or this weekend. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA. Ruggiano, Lucas, and Morrison. By the way, the Braves won at Chicago today 9-5. Their magic number is 1. And they would clinch the division if the Nats lose tonight. But Washington doesn't want to do that, want to keep on going. Make the Braves have to play hard every day. And the Nats are going to do the same. And hoping for some help in Pittsburgh.
Well, it was already mission accomplished. The Braves couldn't celebrate and jump in the Nats pool, so they did a nice job of not let them pop champagne here.
1 ball, 1 strike. And evidently a lot of feathers are ruffled in Phoenix, Arizona today.
Well, you don't like it, play better. It's that simple, right? I mean, you had your chance. The Nats took care of business here, so the Braves couldn't celebrate, and the Diamondbacks had the same opportunity. And that's a Diamondbacks team that, quite frankly, started that whole brawl in Los Angeles where there were some pitches thrown at some Dodgers' heads. So, and it's not like that was sacred ground out there by any means. Trust me, I've played center field in Arizona. It's usually reserved for a lot of different things except for baseball. It's not like they went out to the monuments in Yankee Stadium and partied.
3 balls, 2 strike to Ruggiano, who fouls it straight back.
I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, which wouldn't be the first time.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a gray area. I mean, what ballpark has a pool? Closest we ever came to that was the pool beyond right field at old Jerry Park in Montreal. I don't think anybody ever jumped in that from the other team. But I did have one baseball executive tell me today that when you clinch in another team's ballpark, you know, the clubhouse is yours, the dugout's yours, do what you want, but not in other parts of the stadium. Well, so that's one opinion.
I had a friend of mine, Gar, the guy that imitates all the batting stances on Twitter last night, say the Diamondbacks 2014 motto, not in our pool.
So they're going to have a water polo team next year. I'll look forward to that.
It was the line of the night last night.
Pretty good. Ed Lucas, first strike.
T-shirts made.
You know,
not in our pool.
Hey, we know as well as anybody how gnarly things can get when you're playing your division rivals 19, 18 times a year. There's going to be a certain dislike on certain elements of every team in the division, and that's just the way it works when you play such an unbalanced schedule like we have now. So here's Ed Lucas hitting .256 and working on a hitting streak. Getting around late, but at least he's getting some contact. Some first inning hitters got around late on Jordan and whiffed.
Well, you can see the Marlins game plan against Jordan Zimmerman. I don't think Wilson Ramos needs his glove tonight. They're hacking. Don't let the catcher catch one.
0-2 slider, strikeout number 4. 4 in a row, 2 swinging, and now 2 taking.
When the slider has a lot of sweep to it, sometimes Zimmerman has trouble keeping it in the zone. He'll throw it at a back knee of a lefty, but look how tight and late that one is. That's when it's tough to pick up as a hitter. Hard to see the rotation. You think it's a fastball, and sharp late break, and a good pitch for strike 3.
That'll bring in Logan Morrison. Pretty decent numbers at Nationals Park, kind of like Stanton, kind of like Ruggiano, who's already struck out tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike as Jordan Zimmerman faces a batter 3 for 12 against him with a pair of home runs. A little bigger on the breaking ball there, dropping the curveball near that outside edge. Pretty good strike zone from Brian O'Nora for pitchers.
Boy, he's getting in the groove with Zimmerman. He's getting it, throwing it. Marlins hitters are swinging. Stuff moving fast. You're looking for strikes.
Got him on a fastball up. 5 strikeouts in a row. So after 2 innings, the fans loving what they're seeing on their feet already. So it was Ruggiano first, looking on a breaking ball. Lucas breaking ball away, and then visit Kia.com to learn why Kia is one of the fastest growing car brands in America. So against right-handers, damage for the middle. Harper with 18 of his 20 home runs. He and Desmond, look at that, 64 RBIs of his 79, and Adam LaRoche, 50 of his 62. Turner had a quick first inning. 7 pitches, 4 strikes. Harper's 3 for 6 career against him with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. One of 3 big league teams, Braves and Blue Jays the others, with 5 20 home run men. One ball, 1 strike. So Bryce hitting behind Zimmerman and Worth and ahead of Desmond and LaRoche on this homestand. A homer, 6 RBIs, batting .462. And a ball slapped out to second. Donovan Solano. That's 4 straight, 3 ground balls to start the game for Turner. Montgomery Gentry closes out the Nats Live post-game concert series tomorrow night. After these ball clubs get together at 7:05, game tickets start at $10. Nationals.com/Nats Live. And you must have a valid ticket that says September 21st to enjoy Montgomery Gentry tomorrow night. Ian Desmond hitting .318 at home. .285 overall. Attacking that pitch low in the zone a little bit late.
The Turner's fastball much better here tonight at Nats Park than it was last time out in South Florida. That first offering to Desmond, 95 miles an hour down in the zone. Still think the key is getting him in the stretch.
And Ian able to take that breaking ball. Counts 1-1. Well, we got some early fireworks in Pittsburgh. Reds got a run in the first. The Pirates have 2 in the bottom of the inning and have 2 men aboard with 1 out. Not exactly what we expected from a Latos-Liriano matchup in the first inning.
No, looked like a pitcher's duel. I got that one Pirates 22-1. That's going to be the final. That's my call right now.
Okay. Giving odds?
2-1.
Breaking ball, and Desmond takes it on the inside edge. 2 outs. Nissan will track it.
Yeah, see the curveball right here, just a 12-6 bender, 81 miles an hour. Started in, really never came back, but just caught the corner. This game right now has a frantic pace to it.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I haven't even had a chance to settle in.
Here's LaRoche. Adam, who always looks in a hurry, takes ball 1.
Yeah. Always rattled. Always nervous.
2 balls, no strikes.
Rushing around all the time.
Adam LaRoche has been on base 15 of his last 16 games. 15 hits, 13 walks. He'll take it outside, 3-0. And against Turner, 1 for 6 with a pair of walks and a hot hitter on deck. We'll see how he approaches a 3-0 fastball if it's down the middle. Nowhere near 4-pitch walk. And Adam LaRoche walking for the 68th time this year. That's in the top 9 of all batters in the National League.
Well, he was the first base runner against Jacob Turner in South Florida. He was the guy that got him into the stretch. Ironically enough, or coincidentally enough, it was a 4-pitch walk, same way.
Hey, by the way, guess how the Pirates started that bottom of the first? Jose Tabata homered, Neil Walker homered. So they had an immediate answer for the Reds' run. And we'll keep you posted throughout the evening on Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Here's Wilson Ramos, perfect against Turner so far. A homer, 2 RBIs, 3 for 3.
Did the Pirates help the Nats out last year? I think they beat the Braves the night the Nats clinched.
I don't remember. Maybe.
I think I do.
Because, you know, in September, somebody in our division is always playing outside the division.
This is Wilson Ramos in South Florida trying to take the stadium down with a line drive. Wrecking ball to left center field over the flagpoles. One of the hardest home runs we've seen all year.
And he hardly hits that one up the middle. That'll be LaRoche taking a look, going to third. Ramos going to second, and he is not even close out. Well, the Nats running themselves out of a situation with Rendon coming up and 2 men aboard. Now 1 stranded.
Why it wasn't a good play. And number one, good swing by Ramos, base hit up the middle. Adam LaRoche feeling frisky, goes first to third with 2 outs. And the reason why it wasn't a good play for Ramos to advance is you leave first base unoccupied. Even if you make it right here, the Marlins probably wouldn't have pitched to Anthony Rendon, a guy that hit 2 line drives last night, went 0 for 3, but lined out hard to right field. First base open. You walk Rendon to pitch to Zimmerman, so if Ramos just stays at first, that would have given Rendon an opportunity in the 8-hole to go ahead and hit.
Yeah, first base open, walk, but second base open, most of the time teams will attack the number 8 hitter. And Wilson not even close to making it, so that went 8-5-4. 1 runner stranded. And a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one right now, to look forward to Miller Time later in the game. Brought to you by Miller Lite. You did forget one thing about that play.
I did?
There goes.
Yeah, there goes a no-hitter.
Okay.
Thanks. A lot of stuff going on.
Top of the third.
This game's moving too fast for me.
Just dawned on me. I looked down at the book. Hey, there's a hit.
Need some cough syrup.
That's a perfect fastball to the outside edge. On the shortstop, Adeiny Echeverria, who's 2 for 7 career, against Jordan Zimmerman, batting .227. Talking to our buddies Rich Waltz and Tommy Hutton from the Marlins TV crew today, FP. I think you nailed it last night on this guy. When he learns the strike zone a little better, he'll be a better hitter because he's in swing mode all the time.
He has a very high upside. Just watching his tools at shortstop, watching his talent, his speed, everything.
Yeah, they get to watch him every day, and they think he's going to be very good.
By the way, that may be the first time since I've been here that the 3rd out was made on the first hit of the game. So you got to give me some slack on that.
Interesting. Yeah, doesn't happen often, does it?
Thanks.
Slots, tables, dining, the ultimate triple play, Hollywood Casino, Charlestown races. You still missed it. All right, highest percentage of home starts won. And, you know, this is a surprising graphic. You would think some dominant guys would win 75%, 80% of their home games, but it's Zimmerman at the top, 65. Interesting. Mathis hitting a .192 stepping in. You know, and I think that leads to another discussion on Jordan Zimmerman. And we're hearing this about Max Scherzer over in the American League, who's won 19 games, and everybody's trying to give the Cy Young to somebody else. It's hard to win at home. It's really hard to win on the road. And our wins starting to be secondary in terms of guys winning a Cy Young. Everybody's talking WAR and ERA, and, you know, ERA is important. Mike Rizzo and Davey Johnson love innings pitched. But to me, getting the W is still the number one thing.
Well, I like a couple of things. Taking the ball every 5th day, number one.
30-plus starts. This is Jordan's 31st tonight. And he's in the top 10 in innings.
And number 2, Al Davis. Just win, baby. That's what this game's about.
Thank you. So good to hear that. Strikeout number 6. And Jeff Mathis goes down with the pitcher coming out.
It might be the best stuff we've seen all year from Jordan so far, early returns. Yeah, the secondary pitch is just as good as the fastball, and the fastball's been consistently at 95.
Jacob Turner, 3 for 33 this year. And that chopper, third base way, foul ball. Ryan got him anyway, but it's strike 2.
And kind of getting back to the win thing, there's certain players that I played with, when you gave them the ball every 5th day, they were going to go out there and do everything they could to win a game. If his team scored 5 runs, he was going to give up 4, and whatever it took. It wasn't about all the secondary stats and ERA and all the stuff you mentioned. It was just about being better than the other team on that day. And that takes a certain mindset. It takes a certain persona. And it's not a 5-and-dive guy. It's a guy that wants to go deep and challenge guys all night long and has a certain mentality out there, and that's a special thing. That's how guys win 20 games.
That's a fair ball. And Jordan Zimmermann, in his quest for 19, has retired 9 straight. Barring a playoff game or two, we hope. Join us Sunday. Fantastic finale. First 25,000 fans receive a national scarf from Coca-Cola. Center field gate, the only way to come into the ballpark to receive it. Some restrictions apply, and that's while the supplies last. The Nats will also celebrate our great fans with random giveaways and prizes throughout the game. Nationals.com/tickets.
The backside of that scarf says Natitude all the way across the scarf from one end to the other. And you could use that scarf hopefully in October.
Inside the numbers with STG, Jacob Turner, as the season has gone on, he's having a strange year. He's on a 6-game losing streak over 11 starts. But the weird thing is, on the road, he has an ERA of 3.66 where he can't win, 0-8. At home, where he's 5-5, he's 4.51. And I guess that tells you can get away with a few things in that spacious ballpark down there. But we talked about winning at home and winning on the road. It is tough to do.
So then it's just hard to win then, is what you're saying?
It is.
Because you play half your games at home and half on the road, so that's hard.
And some guys, because of rotations or whatever, do end up with more home starts from time to time, but sometimes you might have a whole bunch more on the road depending on how the schedule shakes out. Jordan Zimmermann, if he can take care of business tonight, and he's on deck here, would have to get a win on the road to get 20. Rendon's going to drop it out to center field. Big round to the bag. Ruggiano couldn't get there. Coghlan backs him up. And now the last 3 Nats, LaRoche with a walk, Ramos a hit, and Rendon have been on base.
Well, it's big. I mean, LaRoche got Turner in the stretch, and Ramos got the hit. And now Rendon getting Turner in the stretch again. With a nicely placed fly ball, shallow in left center field. Don't know if he would have got the same pitch, but you would have loved to have seen what would happen if Ramos would have stayed at first.
Jordan Zimmermann is an excellent bunter, 6 sacrifices this year, 28 in his career. And based on the count, he's a guy who can switch off and go butcher boy and hit a hard ground ball somewhere too. This next pitch or so will decide how the at-bat goes. In terms of bunting, and he'll pull the bat back and even the count. Good take.
But you see how that was a great shot, guys. You see how when both guys crashed, who was the farthest guy away? The pitcher. And I always say, when everybody knows you're bunting and everybody's crashing from the corner, the pitcher's still 60 feet 6 inches away. If you can make the first bounce be in the dirt, oftentimes that's the guy you really want to field it. Although in this situation, with Logan Morrison holding the runner on, They're probably better off just bunting it to first. But Morrison left early, and he was right in Zimmerman's face. Love this angle.
Rendon, early start. Zimmerman checks off and swings. And he's out hustling down the line. Boy, Anthony Rendon. Great jump. Runner in scoring position, 1 out.
Well, that's fake bunt, hit and run all the way. A guy that can handle the bat, a good athlete. Nice job by Jordan Zimmerman getting that ball on the ground. And from the angle we showed you, you saw Echeverria covering second base. He made a nice recovery, very athletic play. Watch him, he's covered on a steal. Then he hits the brakes, gets his momentum going back toward the baseball, throws across his body. And a great play by the Marlins shortstop. Zimmerman can run. That was a good play.
Here's Denard Span with a chance to drive in his 43rd run, put the Nats on top. Jordan knows if he pulls that ball 5 feet more, it's first and third, nobody out. But he's a good athlete, and he can do some really good things out there to help himself. Off-speed pitch outside, 1-1.
There's so much fine focus, and the concentration level is so high when you're in the middle of a 29-game hitting streak that you'll often find yourself afterwards just drained. Because every at-bat you're grinding for that first knock, and you have such purpose in every single time you step in the box, more so than normal, that you wonder how that whole mental fatigue thing is going to affect Denard Span.
He said it really started getting on his mind when he got to about 15 games. And you might remember in a couple of those games, he had pinch hits, didn't start ball games, and all of a sudden, you've got this hitting streak, and everybody's making a big deal out of it. They want to talk about it every day. He says he has a new appreciation for Pete Rose and Joe DiMaggio. What did Petey go, 44 one time? And DiMaggio, of course, the record that many think will never be broken. And that'll be Denard Span taking a breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike. Kinetic North America tracks.
Yeah, so the sequence away, and then he comes in with the curveball for strike three. Nice frame by Mathis to hold it there, present it well. And Turner doing a nice job of moving the ball around, mixing it up.
Zimmerman pulled the ball to short first time. Big lead by Rendon, and a step off needed by Turner. They're in the third inning now at Pittsburgh, and it's still 2-1, so that ball game's settling down now between Lados and Liriano. Off speed, Ryan trying to extend to get it. AT&T with a fact on Ryan Zimmerman. 10 home runs this month. Third baseman, only Pedro Alvarez with 34 has more. And look at the road warrior he is when it comes to power. '93, got a pitch, hit it straight back.
Healthy hat, got a fastball elevated, just might have been a little off the blade end. That's what you have to do against Turner. When he throws something belt high, your eyes light up. Put a good hack on it.
Pulls that one deep short. Echeverria slipping, still able to get enough on the throw. So the Nats start the inning with a hit. Rendon stranded. And on to the fourth inning now. No score. At shortstop playing some defense tonight. Solano, Coghlan, and Stanton coming up. And Jordan Zimmermann is putting on quite a show so far.
Well, he is. He's been pounding the strike zone, going right after guys, and the Marlins are pretty much acting. And they know they're not going to walk. And I think some of the best off-speed he's had, you know, usually he has a feel for one or the other, the slider or the curveball. Tonight he's got a feel for both, and it's off of 95. So a rough go when any pitcher's throwing 3+ pitches for strikes. And I think it's still a good game plan by the Marlins to be aggressive. They just need to be aggressive with a plan in the zone. They're chasing.
So he's already rung up $222 tonight for the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health, thanks to our D.C. area Toyota dealers and Toyota. Case for kids, $37 for every strikeout. Donovan Solano routed out to Desmond to start the game. And it's not easy to average 12 pitches per inning when you strike out 6 of the first 9 batters.
It's one thing as a hitter to go up there and hack because a guy's throwing strikes and he has a reputation for being a strike thrower. You still have to have a plan. You still have to go to your spot early in the count where you're looking for the baseball. Am I looking down and away? Am I looking down and in? Where am I looking for the ball? And then be aggressive. But if you just go up there to swing because the guy throws strikes, I mean, you're almost doing him a favor and you're at his mercy. And right now it seems like the Marlins are just swinging. It's a compliment to Jordan Zimmermann, but it seems like they're just hoping to run into one.
And a bouncer that Zimmermann will be able to reach and grab. That's 10 straight. And sometimes when a guy strikes out a lot of batters early, it actually helps him later because they're in swing mode. Nobody wants to get to 2 strikes. So we'll see if maybe over the next couple of innings he gets some contact outs and things happen quickly for him.
It helps you early if you're throwing your off speed for strikes.
Right.
Meaning you throw the off speed early to steal a strike early in the count to where guys are looking for the fastball. That's how you control the game.
Here's Coghlan, who struck out first time.
Like that.
You're talking about a curveball that's about 16 miles an hour slower than his heater. So how fast does that look at 95? No balls, 2 strikes.
'96.
Look at that. Look like a cutter slider action there under the bat of the left-hander. Strikeout number 7.
Well, maybe the reason why you mentioned cutter is because the slider is so tight tonight for Zimmerman. And watch the rotation, the release point. You're seeing fastball go to swing under your hands, so not a lot of sweep to it. Very late break. And my goodness, does he have some stuff tonight.
Giancarlo Stanton takes ball 1. There's that slider. Just missed 2-0. Throws another one, and that's perfect.
I mean, right now, Wilson Ramos can close his eyes and put down 1, 2, or 3, meaning 1 fastball, 2 curve, 3 slide. Doesn't matter what the count is. They're all strikes. Pretty good pitch.
What does Mercedes pitch track think?
Well, Ramos is set up off the plate and he hit the spot.
3-1. Marlins have their first base runner. Third time career that Giancarlo Stanton has walked against Jordan Zimmerman, and that'll bring in Justin Ruggiano.
I'll see how Jordan Zimmerman adjusts to the stretch.
First time.
First time in it, and it's the 4th inning. So far, so good.
Ruggiano playing in his 10th career game at Nationals Park, has 12 hits here. 3 for 9, actually 3 for 10 now career against Zimmerman, and that's out of play to the upper deck right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So Zimmerman and Ramos reading Ruggiano's swings. He's late on the fastball. And after you throw him a couple, even though he's late, he might be thinking, I got to start my bat early. I'm late on that fastball, and that's where the off speed comes into play. Looks like they're going slider away, too.
He will, and he strikes out his 8th batter in 4 innings. 12 of 13 to start the game. Jordan Zimmerman, brilliant. Now they need to get him some runs. started at the left field bullpen, and he's taunting the rest of the Presidents as he rolls home. This is getting interesting. There are 2 home games left. George has 25, Abe now 24. Thomas Jefferson 14.
Here's a score, 25, 14, 23.
Teddy.
Fat guy's beating Teddy by 1. I mean, it's taunting, backpedaling.
Yeah.
I mean, those are presidents of the United States that you're taunting, even though you are one too, or were one.
Do you taunt guys from your own party?
Yeah. I mean, you might as well just go jump in somebody's pool if you're going to do that.
Not in my White House. Here's Worth. By the way, William Howard Taft is buried right across the river at Arlington. Made a visit over there today. It was amazing. Had never seen his gravesite before. Very impressive. Three balls, no strikes. Bryce Harper bounced out his first time. Not to be lost in all of this, the ball game Jacob Turner is throwing. 2 hits and a walk he has pitched around. He only threw 34 pitches in the first 3 innings. Jason Worth 4 for 10 career against Turner, including his pop-up tonight. Out of play, off to the right.
Boy, he got the pitch in the spot he was looking for, a 3-1 count. Might have got a hair too big right there, and sometimes as a hitter, when you swing too hard, it actually slow you down. He was late.
On a pitch up, Worth in the air to the right side foul. Coming to grab it, Logan Morrison, 1 out. Let's go inside the numbers with STG Inc. Back-to-back 20 home run seasons before the age of 21. Tony C, 64 and 65, and Bryce. Hard to believe it's nearly 50 years later. Going 22 and 20 with a question mark behind it. How many more this year?
42 home runs before he can buy a beer.
'93 fading away. Great movement on that fastball by Jacob Turner. And Bryce will hit one the other way, left side. Ranging is Lucas, and he makes a fine play. 2 outs. Top of the hour, 8 p.m. in our nation's capital tonight. Bottom of the 4th inning. Ian Desmond coming in. Scoreless ball game. Speaking of Tony Conigliaro, 1967 was a great year for the Red Sox, but a tragic year as well. That was the year he got hit by the pitch. It pretty much affected the rest of his career. Did not play the entire 68 season. Did bounce back to hit 20 home runs, 36 in 69 and 70, but Tony C was never the same. So his first 3 full years before getting hurt, 24, 32, and then 28 for the Red Sox, who went to the World Series in 67. 1-1 to Ian Desmond. And the fastball high and tight, ball 2.
Who turned 28 today. Happy birthday, Ian Desmond.
Yeah, another September birthday. I think Ryan Zimmerman's right around the corner, too. Gio last night. Ryan will be 29 a week from tomorrow. Adam LaRoche waiting. Happy birthday, Ian Desmond, 1 for 2. He's got 2 beautiful little guys. He's got a beautiful wife who's a great shortstop. And he just got a base hit. Life's good at the age of 28 for Ian Desmond.
Well, scoreless ball game.
I know what you're thinking.
He's number 20. It's 9-20. How about 20-20?
Well, he has 20 home runs. And he has stolen 19 of 24 this year. And he's getting a bigger lead than we've seen him get in a couple of games. Holding. And LaRoche will pop it up out to left field. Chris Coghlan. So the Nats strand their 3rd runner. On to the top of the 5th. Scoreless with the Marlins. Well, through the first 4 innings of this game, Jordan's got that K touch. So obviously the strikeouts and all that. But when a guy's having what you might call a potentially special night, what other things are you looking for along with the fastball?
I mean, the secondary pitches to get him off the fastball. He's throwing them for put-away pitches with 2 strikes, but he's also keeping him off the ambush of the first pitch fastball by dumping the curve in for strike 1, throwing the get-me-over slider for strike 1. The Marlins have already proven they are coming out hacking tonight, so Jordan Zimmermann with 3+ pitches tonight, putting the fastball at 95 wherever he wants, and then he's got the curveball slider combination whenever he wants. So he can throw it when he's behind the count, ahead in the count. The off-speed tonight off the plus fastball at 95, 96 has been the key for Jordan Zimmermann. Some of the best stuff, if not the best stuff, I've seen him have all season long.
And maybe a changeup or 2 later. He hasn't pulled that out yet. Doesn't throw it a lot, but he's got it in his pocket if he needs it.
Right now, he doesn't, but that's a good point.
Top of the 5th, Ed Lucas. Oh, Rendon to the backhand side. First out, top of the 5th. Anthony Rendon's played a lot of third base. Sometimes any position on the infield can be a reaction position.
Well, you got a guy pounding the strike zone, working fast, and his defender. We always talk about it. You're on your toes. Nice play by Rendon right there. 1 hop. Gets up, has the big arm. No, he has time because of the speed of the ball. No panic, right on the money for a big first out here in the 5th.
Logan Morrison struck out swinging first time.
There's a changeup you're talking about, 89.
Yeah, really seeing it for the first time in the 5th inning. Giving a left-handed batter one more thing to think about. And Morrison went fishing for the fastball up and away first time and couldn't get it.
I mean, how many starts this year has Jordan Zimmermann sat, not touched, but sat at 95 miles an hour? That's where his fastball is sitting tonight, folks. Mid-90s.
Dan Morrison on a play to the left side.
That 195.
Danny Echeverria, the shortstop, waiting. And that slider way inside. And the 2-2. This one right to Anthony Rendon. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Meanwhile in Pittsburgh, Pirates have first and third, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. And it'll be Zimmermann against Echeverria. Well, the way this ball club's playing, it's got a lot of us thinking about next year already. Become a season plan holder. Receive bonus eCash, multi-year price locks. These offers expire September 30th. So visit nationals.com/2014 and some restrictions apply. Echeverria, that's a strike on the outside edge. Fastball away, fouled off that way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Russell Martin has just singled. Pirates lead the Reds 3-1. And they have first and third again. Breaking ball outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's mixed it up nice.
And there's the slider, had him reaching. Ball pretty well hit. Denard Span right there. And through 5 innings, Jordan Zimmermann is retired. 15 of 16 Marlins. He'll be batting in a moment as well. Visit Kia.com to learn why Kia is one of the fastest growing car brands in America. By Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 in theaters September 27th. And by University of Maryland, University College.
Is it bad if I missed one? Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
I think when it comes to meatballs, you can always catch up. Jordan Zimmermann outstanding tonight. He'll bat after Ramos and Rendon here, bottom of the 5th inning. For the Achiever and you, PNC Bank with our minor league report and what Eury Perez did this year with Syracuse at the AAA level, hitting .300, scoring 55 runs, 23 stolen bases. And Eury, he's a right-handed batter, really handled lefties well at .366.
Well, mission number 1, get on that board. And you have a feeling it doesn't even have to be a crooked number tonight, just a number.
0-2. Suddenly Turner throwing one of his better ball games all year against the Nats, who hit him hard last time. And the fastball well outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Young pitcher going toe-to-toe with an 18-game winner.
Big breaking ball with a lot of drop on it, and that's his 3rd strikeout. Kinetic North America will track it.
Well, he's just really done a nice job of keeping the fastball down tonight, but the difference between this start and the one on the 8th in Florida is the secondary pitches. And whether it's been the slider or the curveball right here, both, a lot like Zimmermann, have been sharp.
Here's Rendon, who has a base hit on a fly ball that fell out in left center. They're leading off the 3rd. And that one's out to center. Breaking back now, coming in, Ruggiano with a ways to go. And Jordan Zimmermann will be coming up. You can bid now on game-used autographed jerseys worn by the Nats September 17th to honor the victims of the Washington Navy Yard tragedy on the 16th. Auction proceeds benefit the Tragedy Assistant Program for Survivors. They call it TAPS, which is committed to provide support and care for the families of the victims who died in that tragedy. The auction ends Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Some restrictions apply. You can go to nationals.com/auction and check it out. And any money raised from that is going to help the families.
Well, this might come under the category of you got to bat, do something. 2-1 count. It's got some pop.
Zimmermann jacks this ball out to center. And Ruggiano to the track to pull it in. They play him a little deeper than they play your average hitting pitcher. Follow the Nats on Acela Express. 16 daily departures between D.C. and New York. Book now at Amtrak.com. So Jacob Turner throwing a nice game himself. 3 hits, no runs, 58 pitches, 3 strikeouts. Ian Desmond continues to pound the Marlins just under 400 this year. And Jordan Zimmerman, other than a walk with 2 outs in the first to Giancarlo Stanton, nothing the Marlins have been able to do with him. So here in the 6th, it'll be Jeff Mathis, the catcher, Turner, and then Donovan Solano. Jordan's at 67 pitches, 49 strikes.
And Mathis, a first pitch fastball guy. Let's see what they do.
Pirates got 2 in the 4th and lead the Reds 4-1. No score here, top 6. Mathis struck out, first time up.
And go with the slider. He was swinging.
Yeah, the slider and the curve, good. Fastball up, uncatchable. Mercedes-Benz tracks the 95.
Yeah, Mathis late, fastball right down the middle, elevated, probably a high strike.
Went right back up there. Slider hit to center, hit well, span there, 1 out.
Not a problem when it's hit to center.
There's a walk in the box, and that's it. 2 outs, 4th inning. Giancarlo Stanton on a 3-1 pitch. Last 4 outs via contact. The pitcher, Jacob Turner, popped up to Ramos first time. Right side, Rendon. And I was looking behind Rendon. Jason Worth was charging that ball like he might throw to first, but Rendon picked it off.
Yeah, Rendon's made a couple of nice plays tonight. That's a nice one going to his left. Knew he had time, came up, made a solid throw.
Donovan Solano. And there's a first pitch slider for a strike.
Like I said, Wilson Ramos right now can close his eyes and put down whatever finger he wants. It doesn't matter.
Target in. That means heater. And off to the right side quickly. No balls, 2 strikes. We know how aggressive the Solano boys are with the bat. Jonathan Nanette, Donovan the Marlin. He has bounced out twice, and it's 0-2. On a pitch up, it's the first hit of the night for Miami. With 2 outs in the 6th inning. A lot of folks will stand up and applaud Jordan Zimmerman. It took them 75 pitches to get a hit.
And I think he wanted that pitch a little bit higher, too. And just left it at the top of the zone. Allowed Solano to get on top for the first knock of the night for the Marlins.
Here's Chris Coghlan. Now the order of business. Get him so that Stanton can't bat. And Rendon takes care of that. Anthony's having quite a night at second base. Jordan's having quite a night on the mound. How about a night for the offense now? million stories. Navy Federal Credit Union, honoring our wounded warriors as we salute our troops here at the ballpark. Once again tonight, we'll do it 2 more times during the regular season. Bottom of the 6th.
You know, with all the great pitching we've seen over the last 2+ years, and all the great stuff that the Nats staff has, and how many times you've come to the ballpark thinking, well, the way he's been pitching, there's a chance. Yeah. I'm shocked that we haven't seen a no-hitter yet.
Well, sometimes you need a guy to foul off a high fastball on 2-0, and Solano was able to get up over the top of it. But Jordan sure gave it a great 5 2/3. Let's see if his offense can reward him now. Span, Zimmerman, Worth. Turner has the top 4 hitters in the lineup, 0 for 8 tonight. Outside, 2-0. Todd Frazier, by the way, hit a home run in the top of the 5th for Cincinnati, so that's a 4-2 game now. And Span will pull it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nats box score. First hit of the night was Ramos' single after the LaRoche walk in the 2nd, but he tried to go to 2nd, was out by a mile. Rendon base hit leading off the 3rd. Desmond 2 outs, a shot up the middle in the 4th. Denard Span has bounced out to short and been called on strikes. Threw a wicked breaking ball under his hands last time for that strikeout. He'll go fastball near the hands there, 2-2. Nissan will track it.
Well, he thought it was low. You could see by his reaction. Pitch track likes the low strike, not shocked that it's in the box. Good frame by Mathis. But Span thought it was down. He's trying to reach any way he can, thinking about the bunt. It's a big at-bat. The feeling right now, first one to score wins.
Span! And maybe here comes another streak. That's really well hit. Leadoff man aboard. And the Nats get that first guy on for the 2nd time.
And for those of you that aren't familiar with it, streaks can continue on to the next year. So if he finishes the season with, what, a 9-gamer? That goes into next season.
Yeah. And it wasn't that way until a couple of years ago. That rule used to be a hitting streak had to be within 1 season. But they did change that a number of years ago. So Denard Span is aboard. He's 1 steal behind Desmond, by the way, for the team lead. And with him on base more lately, he has turned up the running game. Jeff Mathis, a good defensive catcher. Zimmerman to short, and it gets by Echeverria. Span scampering to 3rd. He is safe. And the Nats have runners at the corners. Gutsy running play with nobody out.
Well, trying to make something happen, that's what he did during his hitting streak. That's what he's done the last month or so of the season. And as soon as he hit 2nd base, he put his head down with the ball kicked off the glove of Echeverria. And even with nobody out, he knew he could make it. So we'll see how they score that. I think they're going to give that a hit. Echeverria really didn't have a chance. Ball hit hard, but the fact that he slowed it down by trying to make the play allowed Span to get to 3rd base. And you check out Bill Welke right there. I believe that's Bill Welke with a good look at it. Calls him safe right there. Turns on the Jets. Got the 2 flaps going with the pockets out in the back. Didn't slow him down a bit.
I tell you, that was a late, hard slide into that bag.
He had to.
Here's Worth. That ball is well hit. Heading for the bullpen. It'll hit the track, stay in play. Span has scored. Here comes Zimmerman. 2-0, Washington.
Well, great swing of the bat by Jason Worth for his 23rd double of the year to put the Nats on top 2-0. Ryan Zimmerman on the backside with a fantastic read. With nobody out, we talk about this all the time, what a great base runner Zimmerman is. He reads it off the bat right away. Watch, he runs like there's 2 outs. He doesn't slow down a bit. He sees the back of Coghlan and just takes off. Nats catch a big break when that ball stays in the park and doesn't bounce into the Marlins bullpen. But a great read on the backside by Ryan Zimmerman, knowing that ball was headed for the gap, and Jason Worth keeps doing his thing. 2-0 Nats.
RBI's number 76, 77. Nobody out. Bryce Harper coming in, and the Marlins bullpen about to get busy. Jacob Turner hasn't pitched 6 innings since August the 3rd. So he's been running out of gas at about this time of his ball games. And right-hander Chris Hatcher working and working quickly.
Is this any fun yet? Having any fun?
See if Bryce Harper can at least advance the runner. And fooled on that pitch with a half swing, a check swing of sorts.
I'll tell you what, Denard Span lit up this crowd going first to third on the Zimmerman base hit. I've been waiting for something to cheer about all night on offense. And he got the crowd into it.
Harper to the gap in right center. That'll drive in another. Cut off by Stanton. Bryce to second. He's in there.
Instant offense. Base hit, double. And Bryce Harper goes shopping at the gap. Great send by Trent Jewett. As soon as he saw the back of Giancarlo Stanton, he sent Worth, who had to hold for a second. And then Bryce Harper, pure hustle, diving into second base for the second double in a row. 3-0 Nats.
Nationals 3 hits in 6 innings and now 4 in a row.
This place is jumping.
Chuck Hernandez, Miami pitching coach, to the mound. Ian Desmond is next, and he hit the ball hard his last time. For Bryce, RBI number 56. And the Marlins might need something of the trawler size or more, because these are what these Nats are doing against them this year. I mean, just hitting the ball all over both ballparks and combining for 12 home runs. Big breaking ball to Desmond.
You think he was trying to move Bryce Harper with a little ground ball to right there?
Yeah, to the dugout with a fly ball. That was a home run swing. So Worth drives in 2. Harper follows.
Look at those eyes. Intense, anyone? Those are playoff eyes.
Jason told me after the game last night he loves the way this lineup works together, because it seems like right now 3 or 4 guys are hot at the same time. And maybe if he's not getting a bunch of hits, or LaRoche isn't, they're still drawing walks and getting on base, moving the line and keeping constant pressure on opposing pitchers. It's just been very impressive.
Just putting at-bats on people.
Desmond will chop one. That's behind Harper. He can go to third. Echeverria off the bag. Tag was made for the first out. Field and Culbreth pointing at Logan Morrison. Desmond did not argue.
A productive out either way. Good read by Bryce Harper on the slow roll and advancing. And we'll see. Did Morrison tag him? Pretty sure Ian Desmond would have said something if he didn't feel anything right there. But a good play by Morrison if he did get him, but maybe he kept his foot on the bag.
Yeah, there was no tag there.
I think he kept his foot on the base.
Infield in. LaRoche trying to make it at least 4-0. Adam has walked and flied to left. Looking to elevate, and that's low and inside. 2-0.
Now, besides the third inning, when Rendon reached with that bloop single, that's the first time the Nats have had the leadoff guy on and gotten Turner into the stretch. Like we said earlier, he's elevated the ball this inning once Denard Span reached.
Looked like he held on the off-speed, ball 3. On a 3-0 pitch, Adam will foul it out of play.
He's played by Bryce in the stands. He's everywhere. Oh, he's on third now.
LaRoche, 62 RBIs. A man who makes you throw strikes.
It's good seats right night.
3-1 pitch, way upstairs. And LaRoche walks, second time tonight, 69th time of the year. Wilson Ramos coming in. And we'll see if the Marlins back up their infield defense a bit, hoping for a ground ball. Second walk tonight by Jacob Turner, and he's done. Wilson Ramos is 4 for 5 career against him, and that matchup number might have something to do with Mike Redmond's decision. So 5 really good innings by Jacob Turner. 5 out of 6 men make it on in the 6th. This call to the bullpen packaged by the UPS Store. We love logistics. DentaQuest reminds you to smile. It's Friday. Affordable coverage for priceless smiles. Ask your broker about DentaQuest. And Mr. Lincoln can have a little rest after his race that he won earlier tonight.
He didn't club anybody over the head with a drumstick.
No, it was an honest effort tonight. This is Chris Hatcher, the right-hander. 27 years of age. And Hatcher will make his 7th appearance. High ERA so far. He's given up 10 earned runs in 8 innings on 10 hits.
His fastball averages 95. We'll almost probably see a slider to go with it. Lefties will see a changeup as well.
Wilson Ramos has faced him once, 0 for 1 with a ground ball. That's exactly what the Marlins are looking for here. Nats looking for a 4th run in this 6th inning. Ramos 1 for 2 tonight. Then he looks at the breaking ball that drops in.
In these situations, Ramos likes to go to right field, use the big part of the park. And if that happens with Stanton's arm and Bryce Harper at third base, that could be interesting.
Yeah, Stanton had 2 outfield assists in 1 game against the Nats. 1 inning earlier this year. That was in Miami. And that's a fastball at 94. No balls, 2 strikes. One guy with a great arm hoping to throw out another guy who has a great arm. Ramos, and that's close. Pretty good 0-2 pitch.
Boy, tried to shave off that outside corner and just missed.
Catcher from North Carolina, Wilmington. Ramos takes that, saw it low, 2-2.
And worked it back to even.
Anthony Rendon's had a good night, 1 for 2, and a great night at second base. He's had a couple of really good takes here. Now the count's full.
Not too often you see Wilson Ramos get to a 3-2 count without swinging. So he has yet to fire off a swing in this situation. Guy who's usually very aggressive.
LaRoche not fast, but Davey could decide to do something with the runner, trying to stay out of a twin killing here. First and third, 3-2 count, 1 out, and a check of LaRoche.
It'll be super risky if you start it. A runner with LaRoche's speed. I mean, the inning's over if Ramos doesn't put it in play.
3-2.
He's going.
Adams running. Out of play right side. So Davey really wants to do anything he can to stay out of that double play ball.
Well, less risky, I guess, thinking about it a little longer with a 3-run lead. See if they double up on it.
He's running again. Up the middle. Well placed. Base hit. And because LaRoche was running, he goes to third. Trent Jewett to hold him. And the Nats score another run and another corner situation. Still 1 out. RBI number 56.
I mean, what a very calm at bat right there by Ramos. And he got to a 3-2 count, got a slider right down the middle, hit it back up the middle, and this would have been interesting at third base had Ruggiano fielded that cleanly. LaRoche was just to the bag at second, and he may have had a play on Adam at third. He had to kind of chop his steps to hit second base. That slowed him down. Ruggiano might have had a chance. Watch LaRoche right here. He's thinking slide, so all of a sudden no slide, chops his steps, has to turn it on again. But Ruggiano kicked it behind him, and that allowed LaRoche to get into third easily.
Here's Rendon with another RBI sitting at third base, and now it's 5-0. Rendon 2 for 3. 6 hits with a walk in this inning.
Oh, the line is moving, folks, in a big, big way. Just stayed on that off speed. Nice. Got a first pitch. Looks like a curveball right here. Lets it get deep. I'll tell you what, standing behind the cage the last 2 or 3 days, Anthony Rendon's swing to me has looked the best it's looked all year. He's so free and easy and fluid, starting his hand motion early. Not a whole lot of effort into the swing, ball jumping off his bat. And he's taking it into the game.
Jordan Zimmerman 0 for 2, but he's had a couple of interesting swings. One a Butcher Boy ground ball, the other a shot to deep center that sent Ruggiano to the track. Nats are up by 5. He shows bunt to move 2 more runners.
Well, it's going to be hard to move Wilson Ramos. I mean, it's going to have to be one great bunt by Zimmerman here with Ramos's wheel the way it is.
Jordan, the 9th Nat to bat in this inning. First 5 runs all charged to Jacob Turner. That ball to the pitcher. Goes to third. Out there. On a 1-5.
And if you're wondering why maybe they stuck with the bunt and Wilson Ramos at second base, not a bad exchange of runners when you think about it. And now you got Anthony Rendon at second who could score on a base hit, and Jordan Zimmerman at first who's fast. So probably why Trent Jewett left the bunt on, figuring, well, if they get Ramos, so what? You're up 5 runs, and you'll trade out those runners every single time.
Denard Span started all this with a clean single to right field. That'll be a strike on the corner. A 1 pitch, and Denard able to foul that away, and that caught Jeff Mathis on the way back. So the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Potomac Nationals are celebrating their most successful season on the field and in the stands with their fans. Receive a team-signed baseball PNats hat if you purchase season tickets from them for next year. Go to PotomacNationals.com or call 703-590-2311. Oh, 2 to Denard Span. That count hasn't bothered him lately. Hatcher's given up 2 hits. And then the Zimmerman bunt. Four Nationals have RBIs in this inning, including Worth with 2, Harper, Ramos, Rendon. One of the toughest outs in baseball lately has been Denard Span. That is Brad Hand, who started a game earlier this year against the Nats. One of their 4 lefties. And Bryce Harper's still 3 hitters away.
Still looking for that Mr. Hand-Desmond matchup.
Oh, 2. And it bounces. The Rendon was leaning toward third base. He had a good secondary lead there. Thatcher really slowing things down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's a little bit up and in. Good take by Denard to even that count. Span to right. That's pretty well hit. Stanton was playing shallow. It's over his head. It'll drive in 2, and Denard Span is heading for third. One of the league leaders in triples just did it again, and he's tied for the league with number 10. And now the Nats lead 7-0.
Well, Gio Gonzalez coined the phrase last night with the media in the clubhouse. He called it Spantastic. And this was just going down, dropping the head on a slider down and in. Ball kicks around a little bit. Jordan Zimmerman fast at first base. Scores all the way. A little stumble here by Denard coming around second. And you hope he's okay. Another clutch hit. 7-0.
Ryan Zimmerman next. After Span singled, his hot shot off the glove of Echeverria really set up the inning for the Nats. Worth delivered, and it's been a great frame since then.
There are some teams in the National League that are already pretty much guaranteed a berth in the postseason that are praying that the Washington Nationals do not get in.
I would imagine a few pitching coaches on their knees as well.
I'm not talking about the teams that the Nats would eliminate if they get in. I'm talking about the teams that are already going to be in, praying that the Nationals don't get in.
Ryan 1 for 3 tonight. Thatcher has now given a hit to every batter he's faced that wasn't trying to make an out. Only man he retired, Jordan Zimmerman, who laid down the bunt. A 7-run, 7-hit inning, and that bounces. And Span was bouncing down the third baseline as well. And now they're going to the 7th inning at Pittsburgh. Pirates 4, Reds 2.
Starting to get that feel, isn't it?
Watching the scoreboard.
Yeah.
While the home team lights up the board here. They didn't fool anybody in that inning. Zimmerman lines out hard. Denard Span leads off with a single. Ryan Zimmerman with a single. Worth the big blow, the 2-run double. Harper a double after that. Ramos, Rendon, and Span again. Count them, 7. And it was 1 year ago tonight when the Nats played the Dodgers. Their magic numbers were 1 and 9. 1 to get in, 9 to win the division. And Drew Storen, with his 3rd save of the year, struck out Hanley Ramirez. FP, it wasn't the wild celebration that would come later. A very businesslike high-five line there, but they did clinch.
Yeah, some of the veterans talking about it before, how you're going to handle it, and they handled it very businesslike. They knew there was bigger and better things to achieve, but for the first playoff berth, what was it, since 1933? Everybody's celebrating in this town, and it was a big night for the organization, a big night for Washington, D.C.
Ross Detweiler won his 10th game that night. It was a 4-1 win. Ryan Zimmerman, Danny Espinosa, Kurt Suzuki had RBIs. So here we are 1 year later, and the Nats are fighting to claw their way in. Top of the 7th inning. Giancarlo Stanton, a strikeout and a walk. Way inside. 2-0. Fastball up and a take. Stanton the only man to make it on base until Solano's 2-out single, 6th inning. Desmond from near the bag.
I mean, that's pitching right there. Up by 7, just didn't lay in a 3-1 fastball to see how far Stanton could hit it. I think he went with a 3-1 slider right there at 87, broke out of the zone, got the ground ball.
There's Ruggiano, who has struck out twice. Looking, leading off the 2nd. Swinging, last out in the 4th. Well hit. There's the shortstop there. And the ball is in his web, literally. 2 outs.
So is that a web gem?
That is a destroy the web gem right there. Almost got right through there.
Balls hit hard late in the season. Sometimes gloves get a little loose, have to restring them late in the year. And just another routine play. Where is it? It's in my glove. That is awesome.
A snow cone for his birthday of a different sort.
He's still looking at his glove. He's going to go to his locker and get a new picker, I guarantee it. Or at least have somebody restring that thing between innings.
And a chopper. Jordan Zimmerman, good athlete, over to cut it off. And a 1-2-3 inning for him. What else is new? He's retired 21 of 23 tonight. And a Hyundai clearance countdown. Visit your local Hyundai dealers this weekend. Well, our thoughts downstream with the Navy Yard. All the folks over there. It's been a tough week in our nation's capital. The Nats have continued to play good baseball, paying tribute to the families who suffered great losses this week, as well as the Navy. And responding beautifully tonight with a 7-0 lead as we go bottom 7 here.
How many times do you see a line score like that? 0-0-0-0-0-0-7.
Here's our Freight Railworks do-ups for the bottom of the 7th. So you've got a couple of guys who, well, as recently as last inning, added some numbers like Worth and Harper. That's Jake Marisnick on a double switch who will take over center field for the Marlins. Young guy they're high on. And there's Brad Hand, the left-hander. Opponent's only hitting a .119. He's only pitched in 5 games. 1 start. That was against the Nats earlier. 12 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, and a bunch of strikeouts. 10 in those 12 frames. Jason Worth 0 for 2, and then he exploded early in the count for that double that really got the Nats going last inning. First 2 runs driven in. Worth is 1 for 5 career against this lefty, Brad Hand. And Worth will skip his back foot away from that one, 3-1. Well, remember when we told you it was 8 o'clock and the 4th inning was about to end and everybody was shutting everybody out? Things have changed quite a bit in the last hour. Bottom 7 now, the Nats by 7. And Worth will take it outside, and there he goes with his 57th walk of the year. Bryce Harper, lead him off. He's effective. Bat him 4th. He's nails. 3rd, not that bad. For some reason, 2nd didn't agree with him in the lineup. Ryan Zimmerman has prospered there lately.
I think 2nd would have agreed with him more had Denard Span been as hot as he's been lately early in the season when Bryce hit there the majority of the time. Meaning if Span gets on, you get more fastballs, get better pitches. You've seen how Ryan Zimmerman's done in that number 2 spot.
Harper, RBI double last time, and he takes that in there. He has not faced Brad Hand before. Reds did not score in the top of the 7th at Pittsburgh. The Bucks still lead the Reds 4-2. 1-1 to Bryce. And he just reached out on that breaking ball and flies it out to the gap. Short gap, 1 out. MLB.com at bat, celebrating 5 years as your #1 mobile app for live baseball. On many devices, delivering Nationals action with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, and video. Download at bat on your favorite device or text at bat to 31826. You can also check on Nationals.com. Here's Ian Desmond. 0 for 2 against Hand.
And here's the Mr. Hand Desmond matchup everyone's been waiting for.
Okay, you have to explain this one.
That's a little Fast Times reference.
Okay.
Still waiting for Ian to get that 20th stolen base, and it's not going to happen tonight with a 7-run lead regardless.
Ian 1 for 3 tonight. And a fastball taken to the outside edge. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'll tell you what, Brian O'Nor's had a good zone back there tonight. There's been a bunch of pitches that could have gone either way for both clubs. Got a very hitter-friendly zone. But he has really been bearing down, and that is coming from a hitter, not a pitcher.
Desmond to the gap in left center. That will be his 61st extra base hit. Worth coming around. Trent Jewett sends him. No relay. 8-0 Nationals. And 80 RBIs for Ian Desmond on his 38th double of the year.
Yeah, second hit of the night for Desmond. This time results in an RBI. Jason Worth reaching on a walk, and Ian Desmond, I think, got a changeup right there. It looked like that was the grip from Hand's hand, and he goes into the gap with a low line drive. I'll tell you what, Jason Worth was on cruise control. He knew right away this was dropping and scored very easily for the 8th run of the night for the Nats.
And then the on-deck hitter, Adam LaRoche, let him know he could ease up and not have to slide as the relay was mishandled. So here's Adam, who's been on twice via the walk, scoring last time, and he takes one low.
I mean, there's been times lately where you're watching the scoreboard, but tonight you're watching the scoreboard. I mean, this is getting good. And with that Reds-Pirates series, and the Nats up by 8 here, it is getting very interesting, folks, to say the least.
How about that? 500 with runners in scoring position tonight. Breaking ball drops in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wilson Ramos has checked in with 2 hits and an RBI.
I mean, the only thing better if you're a Nats fan tonight is if Donovan Solano didn't show up for this game, because he has the only Marlins hit, and there would be some serious drama going. I mean, do you know the chances you can take as you look at Rick Schuchel, Wilson Ramos, what Hand has? You know the chances you can take on defense with an 8-run lead, where maybe not in a 0-0 game. You have to play the score. I mean, you have to win right now. That's, you know, priority number 1 coming down the stretch. So in a 0-0 game, as a defender and a no-hitter, you can't dive for a ball, lay out in the gap, and then it's a triple, because you run the risk of losing the game. But with an 8-run cushion, had Solano not gotten that base hit, as a defender, you can cheat in, you can take all kinds of different chances that you normally couldn't had the score been close. Jason Worth with some dental floss right there, it looks like, maybe.
Here's Ramos. 2 for 3. 0 for 1 career. With a walk against Brad Hand, and ball 1. Jose Tabata just singled to center field. Jovan Jordy Mercer, and the Pirates in the bottom of the 7th lead 5-2.
Let's go Bucks. I mean, it's just so day-to-day right now. It's nerve-wracking beyond all belief.
In a good way.
It is.
I mean, you could be playing meaningless games and have 18,000 people here. Instead, there's almost 35,000, and the Nats are still fighting, and these fans are loving what they're seeing on the last homestand.
Serious buzz in the ballpark, and, you know, it's going to, if it stays the way it is, obviously a lot of baseball to go in Pittsburgh tonight. If it stays the way it is, it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger Saturday and Sunday. I mean, this is great.
Ramos reaching and to the pitcher. Nats they'll pick up a run as Desmond drives in his 80th run of the year. To the 8th, Nats lead by 8.
It's not just a good time, it's Miller time. And a little underrated thing here, we circled these plays because we thought there was a potential no-hitter brewing, and there was. So Anthony Rendon kept the no-hitter intact with that nice backhand play, nice forehand play. And a nice play right here going up the middle for the 4-6 putout to end the inning. So some pretty good glove work by the Nats second baseman.
And if your guy's got a no-hitter going, there's no way you change your defense, but up by 8. Jason Worth gets a couple of innings off tonight. Corey Brown will play right field and bat third. Jordan Zimmermann has gone at least 7 for the 17th time this year. And this is interesting. He's gone at least 8 innings 5 times, but he hasn't done it since June 20th in a 5-1 win over the Rockies here. He has had a couple of times when he was within and out of it at Kansas City and at home against the Mets. 7 innings last time out against the Phillies. So it's good to see Jordan late in the season racking up some innings. And he, by the way, has gone over 200 innings tonight. Came in at 197.
Boy, I'm looking at a season. This is 31st start of the year. I'm looking at 4 outings. One against the Dodgers on May 13th. Now scratch that. The one against the Orioles on May 29th where he gave up 7 runs. And there's another one against the Dodgers here. That's the one I was looking for, where he gave up 7 runs. One against Cleveland, in Cleveland, where he gave up 6 runs. And then that one against the Cubs where he gave up 8. So in 31 starts, he's had 4 bad ones, and the bad ones were so bad that his ERA, you take those away, he'd be in the 2s right now. You talk about potential maybe 20-game winner with ERA in the 2s. He'd be right in the middle of the Cy Young discussion.
Corey Brown got a good jump on that ball. Turned one way, then the other, and found it 2 outs off the bat of Echeverria.
I mean, Carp, like you said, probably still in it with a 20-win season, right? You're going to get votes, but
yeah, I see what you're saying about the ERA. A lot of people look at that.
There's 4 games that he really gave it up out of 31 starts, which is not that bad. But if he had minimized the damage somehow in those games, you'd be talking of an ERA. Right now it's 3.20. It'd have been in the 2s, maybe the mid-2s with 20 wins. Now you're smack dab in the middle of that discussion. But nonetheless, an amazing season for the Nationals right-hander. One more start to go.
Yeah, Mathis the catcher will pop it straight back out of play. And with Strasburg being unable to go in his most recent start, and then Gio and Jordan being bumped up, it looks like Jordan now would go for number 20 in a day game Wednesday at St. Louis. Gio was good enough last night, quite a battle. Big breaking ball, and now Jordan Zimmermann has pitched at least 8 innings for the 6th time this year.
Mercedes-Benz of Alexandria, and we're going to go back to the 7-run 6th inning, and Denard Span started it all up. Just a lousy single. Saw that for 29 days in a row, so maybe start a new streak here. But what it did is it got Jacob Turner in a stretch, and once he got in a stretch, they got him out of the game, and Denard Span came up one more time in that inning and got his second hit, a triple. Scored a couple. So I feel like if you get 2 hits in one inning the night after you finish a 29-game hitting streak, you should be able to move one of those hits back to the night before if you get 2 in one inning. It's a new rule I'm making up right now.
I'm sure there are some official channels you could go through for that.
Because how many guys get 2 hits in one inning the day after their 29-game streak ends?
I'd say it's happened a handful of times in the entire history of the planet.
That's why I'm saying it should be a new rule.
Here's Rendon, and by the way, Jordan Zimmermann is on deck, bottom 8.
Heaven help us if I'm commissioner someday.
I will hand in my immediate retirement papers. Right side, nice backhand pick by Solano. First out, bottom of the 8th, and let's watch Jordan Zimmermann come to bat and listen to the crowd. That was quite a cut. Jordan 0 for 3 tonight. Went up hacking against Hand. One ball, 2 strikes. Jordan's thrown 3 complete games this year. 1 shutout. Only pitcher with more complete games, Adam Wainwright of St. Louis with 5.
So if it stays the way it is, Zimmerman would be going for number 20 against the Cardinals, correct?
Day game Wednesday, finale of that series.
And they have been his nemesis, so that will be interesting.
Maybe there'll be a lot of shadows that afternoon under the Gateway Arch.
Hey, if he's got the stuff he's got tonight, it doesn't matter who he's facing.
2 outs. And here comes Denard Span, who will bat for the 3rd time since the 6th inning. Single, 2-run triple in that frame. Chance for a 3-for-5 night. That ball is hit out to left center. And that will send Marisnick to the edge of the track. Nats go 1-2-3. Jordan Zimmerman trying to go the distance when we bring you back. Not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Jordan Zimmerman looking for his 4th complete game of the year. He's been complete tonight.
Well, with all 3 pitches, occasional changeup in there, but the fastball sat at 95 all night. He hit it 96 a couple of times. But because his fastball was so crisp, it allowed him to get to the off speed, where hitters were cheating to get to the fastball, open up the slider and curve. What he also did very well is throw the off speed for strikes early to steal strike 1. And his tempo tonight was maybe the best we've seen all year.
Getting ahead of everybody. He's retired 24 of 26 batters tonight. Very economical tonight. Had a couple of long innings because he was striking out so many early. This is Jake Marisnick, who came on to play center field, double switch, facing Jordan for the first time, batting in the number 9 spot. Slider up. Center fielder up. 1 out.
It's that time, folks. Time for the Kia Drive of the Game, brought to you by, Kia. Visit Kia.com, learn why Kia is one of the fastest growing car brands in America. Big blow of the game. Jason Worth with a double the gap. That put the Nats up 2-0. Scored Denard Span, who led off the inning with a single. And Ryan Zimmerman, who singled off Echeverria's glove. It was 1st and 3rd, nobody out. He went shopping at the gap and put the Nats up, and they never looked back.
Donovan Solano, the game's only hit. It came on the 75th pitch of the game 3 innings ago with 2 outs in the 6th. Jordan had walked one batter, Stanton, back in the 4th. That's in there. High riding fastball in the zone. And how about this? It was just 11 days ago when Gio threw a one-hitter at New York. And he won last night to get this series off to a good start. The Nats are trying to do something with a win tonight they've never done against another opponent. And that's win at least 8 games at home against them in the season series. They've done it to Miami at RFK, Atlanta, and Philadelphia here, including the Phillies this year, but they've never gone 8-0 against anybody.
Tell you what, fans are feeling it, man. They're believing. Everywhere you go around town, people talking about, can you do this? Can you pull this off? Why not?
At 100 pitches with 1 out in the 9th. $34,752, and one of them's getting a souvenir. Tom Kohler for the Fish, Steven Strasburg for the Nats. Davey Johnson said today 90% sure Steven will be in there tomorrow. He won his last start at Miami September 8th. That's extra, 6:30. 2-2 pitch. Well hit. Ian Desmond right there, and he caught that one in the pocket. Only one thing better than winning September baseball, and that's the next month. Here's Coghlan 0 for 3. Jordan going, as I mentioned, for his 4th complete game this year. It would be the 5th of his career. Still sizzling that fastball, mid-90s here. Right side, Rendon just can't get there. Marlins' 2nd hit of the night. That'll bring in Giancarlo Stanton. The only man on the mound in the bullpen is Jim Lett. Those guys haven't thrown one warm-up toss out there all night. And is the phone ringing?
No, I think Jim Lett's just loose. He's ready.
Often he'll go over and stand by the phone, but nobody on the other end just yet.
Decisions.
Stanton 0 for 2 with a walk.
I know one thing. If I'm going for a shutout, I do not want to look over my shoulder and see anybody up in the bullpen.
Here you go. Rendon has it. It's another gem for Jordan. Number 19 on a 2-hit shutout.
I mean, 12 and 2 in the last 14 games. Jordan Zimmermann as good as we've ever seen him tonight. The offense showing up in a big way in the 6th inning. 4th complete game of the season. I mean, what else is there? Pirates doing their thing, Nats doing their thing. What a great night to be a part of this whole thing.
107 pitches, 79 strikes. One of the great games ever for a Nats pitcher.
Oh boy.